On March 8, 1781, the American Revolution had reached a breaking point. After 6 brutal years of war, the dream of independence seemed as distant as ever. The British Empire, wealthy, disciplined, and global, still held America's key cities. And yet, in a quiet corner of Virginia, events were unfolding that would decide the fate of a nation. This is the story of the Battle of Yorktown, the final gamble, the last stand, and the moment when rebellion became reality. The Continental Army was never meant to last this long. It was a force of farmers, laborers, shopkeepers, and volunteersmen who had left their homes with little training and even less pay. By 1781, desertion gnawed at the edges of Washington's army. Hunger, disease, and exhaustion haunted every camp. Many soldiers marched barefoot, others fought without uniforms or proper weapons. Against them stood the British Empire, the most powerful military force of the 18th century. Professional soldiers, a dominant navy, vast resources. For 6 years, the Americans had survived, but survival was not victory. In the spring of 1781, General George Washington faced a painful truth. The British still controlled New York City, America's most important port. A direct assault could be decisive but also catastrophic. The city was heavily fortified. British troops under General Sir Henry Clinton were well supplied and dug in. Washington knew one failed attack could end the revolution forever. Then, news arrived that changed everything. France, America's critical ally, signaled that a powerful fleet under Admiral Francois-Joseph Paul de Grasse was sailing toward the Caribbean, and possibly the Chesapeake Bay. At the same time, intelligence suggested British General Charles Lord Cornwallis was consolidating his army at Yorktown, Virginia. Yorktown was smaller, isolated, vulnerable. If French naval power could cut off British escape by sea, and Allied forces could strike on land, an entire British army could be trapped. Washington saw the opportunity of a lifetime. In late August 1781, Admiral de Grasse arrived with 29 warships, sealing the Chesapeake Bay. Washington acted immediately. In one of the boldest deceptions of the war, he convinced the British he still planned to attack New York, then secretly marched more than 12,000 American and French troops over 700 miles to Virginia. It was the largest troop movement of the American Revolution. Every step was a gamble. If discovered, the entire army could be destroyed. But the deception worked. At Yorktown, Cornwallis fortified his position, believing the Royal Navy would rescue him. He was wrong. French engineers began digging siege trenches methodically, relentlessly bringing heavy artillery closer with each passing night. On October 9, 1781, the siege began. At exactly 5 o'clock p.m., Allied guns opened fire. Legend says Washington personally fired the first cannon. Day and night, artillery pounded British defenses. Shells weighing over 200 pounds exploded inside the town. Buildings collapsed, ships burned in the harbor. Civilians fled in terror. A German soldier fighting for Britain later wrote of bodies torn apart by cannon fire, of a city drowning in smoke and fear. Trapped and desperate, Cornwallis sent frantic messages to General Clinton in New York, but Clinton hesitated. French naval dominance meant British ships risked destruction. A rescue attempt could cost Britain its fleet and New York itself. Though Clinton eventually launched a relief expedition, fate intervened. At the Battle of the Virginia Capes, French and British fleets clashed. The result wasn't a decisive victory, but it was enough. The French held the Chesapeake. Cornwallis was sealed inside Yorktown. On October 14th, Washington ordered a silent attack under a moonless sky. Muskets were unloaded, bayonets fixed. Only cold steel would be used. American and French troops stormed British redoubts in savage hand-to-hand combat. Axes smashed defenses, bayonets clashed. Men fought face-to-face in the darkness. The redoubts fell. Yorktown's fate was sealed. Cornwallis made one final attempt to escape, evacuating troops across the York River. A violent storm shattered the plan. On October 17th, a British drummer appeared beneath a white flag. 2 days later, on October 19, 1781, British troops marched out to surrender. Cornwallis did not attend. Instead, his army laid down its weapons as the world turned upside down plate. The British Empire had lost. When news reached London, Prime Minister Lord North reportedly cried, "Oh God, it is all over." He was right. Though fighting continued, Yorktown ended the war in truth. The Treaty of Paris soon followed. American independence was recognized. July 4, 1776 declared freedom. October 19, 1781 secured it. Yorktown was not just a battle. It was the moment perseverance defeated power, when unity overcame empire. If you enjoyed this journey through history, subscribe to Clear and Present History for more deep dive documentaries, biographies, and untold stories from the past. History is never just dates and battles, it's choices, risks, and moments that change the world.